Hello. Hi.
Hi,
Hi, Charlie. How are you?
I'm very well, Eloise. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm super happy to be here with you today. And I see a lot of people already connected. So, hi, David. Hi, Reddy. Hi, Constance, Regis. Today, we are here to tackle one of the biggest challenge, I think, to everyone who are trying to create content, great content on LinkedIn,
Hmm.
but then also to create pipeline to drive more business through their content. So Charlie is really one of the biggest experts in create great content thanks to AI, but still authentic and human. So we
Hmm.
will talk about all this first part, like inbound, and then I will also present how you can use this content and capitalize on your engagers to drive business through an outbound, let's say, playbook.
Mhm.
And Charlie, I'm so happy to have you by my side today. Can you please introduce yourself?
Of course, yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm Charlie Hills. I'm founder of Linked Agency, primarily on LinkedIn. But yeah, I really specialize in authentic AI content.
Great. So if you want to ask question to Charlie during this session, you have a little chat section on the right corner. Just use it. Some people already used it to say hi. So hi people, and see this session as a one free consulting session with Charlie, and in some in some level for with me. And yeah, don't be shy. Ask a question, share your challenges, what you tried, what you never tried, and we'll help you as we can. Um, Charlie, maybe can you share your screen?
Sure, of course, of course. Yeah, I'd love for it to be an interactive session. So please do chime
Yeah.
in. I'll answer all your questions in real time. Let's get right to the presentation. Awesome. So yeah, let's dive in. So today we're covering turning authentic AI content into a sales engine, really combining the power of inbound and outbound to generate warm leads and to fill your pipeline. Today, I really want to share with you a simple framework that you can take and implement right away. It's nothing complex, it's very straightforward, and yeah, I'm very excited to share it with you. So, before I dive in, I'd love to get a quick sense check of where everyone is at using AI on social media. Sometimes it does have a bad rap, AI comments, AI slop, etc. But I'd love to know where you're at. Are you on the left-hand side? You feel like a rock star and you love AI for social media? Or do you find it a bit cringe and you're just like, ugh, please no more AI on social media? Let us know in the chat and yeah, I'd
Yes.
know.
Yeah, perfect. Think I will be the building blocks are and the love it section.
That's good to know. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely like a rock star, and I love it. Um,
So we have summed up. We have more skeptical person,
mm,
loving, helpful. Yeah. Okay. Nobody is vomiting.
that's good to know. Okay, good to know I'm in the right room, and everyone is at least open to learning more about using AI for social. Because yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I really specialize in. I started on LinkedIn back in just before 2024. I was employed full time, and I knew I had to find a creative outlet for my AI passions and interests. I was posting, coming into work every day and sharing AI tools, GPTs, etc., with my boss, but she wasn't very interested. So I started leveraging AI to batch create all my content on the weekends. And from January 2024 onwards, I was like, Charlie, I'm going to post every single day to LinkedIn and see where it takes me. I had no real goal or ambition. I just thought, hey, let's try this. And you can see from the data here on the right, I started steady like most people. And AI really helped me to find my voice. Without it, I wouldn't be here today because I've never really enjoyed copywriting, but AI copywriting, I absolutely love. So yeah, I started like most people on 2000 odd followers, and now I'm on 175K, which is incredible growth in the last
Yeah.
2 years or so. And yeah, I surprise myself every single day. And this is all thanks to the power of AI. Yeah, as you can see from this snapshot here, this is my last, I think, year cumulative impressions, generated 30 million plus, all through organic content, no paid ads. It's mainly me responsible for my account. And yeah, this is all through AI. So, all the people who are a little bit skeptical about AI on social media, it clearly does work if harnessed correctly. But it works for me, but it also works for clients too. This is one of my favorite snapshots. I remember this person came to me at the end of last year. They just launched a paid community. And as you can see from this kind of metrics down here, they were really struggling to stand out on social. So we sat down, we brainstormed some content pillars, a content plan, and in that month of December alone, we drove over 250,000 impressions for his LinkedIn. But not only that, we actually added 10,000 additional USD to his paid community that they had just launched. And this was all thanks to using a bit of human brain plus the power of AI content. And that's what I'm going to share with you today, like how exactly I go about it and how you should too when it comes to creating social media AI content.
One little word from Dine. Based on the chart, Charlie, maybe you need to turn yourself into a publicly traded company.
Yes, my valuation wouldn't be too bad, would it? No, definitely. And that's the power of personal branding, is just, your value, your opportunities, they just keep increasing, and obviously leads as well, which we're all here for. But a really interesting statistic, which Graphite conducted a study recently. And since the inception of ChatGPT in November 2022, we've seen a massive rise of AI-generated content online, and it has recently surpassed human content. So it's not going away, and we really need to figure out a way how we can stand out in the sea of AI-generated content, because it's not stopping. More and more people are just auto-posting and just putting AI slop out there. So how can we combat this and make really good AI content? First, it's essential to know the distinction between how to versus how I content. This is a post on the left from when I first started out on LinkedIn. It was very generic. How to be a better marketer in 2024. Anybody can go to ChatGPT and generate that. Versus on the right-hand side, this is a very deeply personal post about how I left my 9-to-5, how I grew to 100,000 followers, then also very actionable advice of my daily routine that helped me achieve it.
Yeah, like the source, the solid base is your personal life. So it's authentic because the base is like the brief is your personal life and routine.
Exactly. It's like no one can go to ChatGPT and say, what's Charlie's routine for doing X?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's unique to me. And like Eloise was just saying, you are the content, your lived experiences, even small things that happen day to day, that is content. And that's exactly what we're trying to achieve with the framework that I've put together. It's called the Chef Framework. I love it because it's creating AI content the same way as a chef would when it comes to making a meal. So the first stage is to curate context. Like a chef would go to the pantry and get the relevant ingredients, this is what we need to do when it comes to creating AI content. How do we do that exactly? I would start with understanding as much background as you can about yourself, or if you're running a ghostwriting agency, your client. This could be applied to any industry or niche or profession. And one of the favorite hacks that I've recently discovered is running a ChatGPT deep research report. Many other LLMs offer this feature, Claude, Gemini, Perplexity. And if you do it, it's very revealing. And I'm curious in the chat if anyone has actually conducted a deep research report on themselves, because on the left, you can see this is going into so much detail. It says, on Christmas Day, 2023, Charlie set ambitions for Q1 2024 and a goal to post daily on LinkedIn. that's accurate. That's correct.
Mhm.
It's kind of scary. But it's okay because I have somewhat of an online footprint, which really helped when using AI to uncover my background and my achievements. But not everybody has a digital footprint. So in that instance, I would recommend writing this down yourself. Your background story, your achievements, your future goals and missions. And you can just do this in a simple Word doc. The more context and background information you're giving the AI, the easier it is to retrieve when it comes to generating your content. And once you do have that in place, then that's step one of the curate context stage. Next, you want to reverse engineer your best hits. So in this instance, on the left-hand side, I've taken all of my newsletters and I've uploaded it to ChatGPT. And then I've used this kind of comprehensive prompt, which basically is asking it to diagnose my tone, my writing style, everything that I need to generate a good newsletter. I can share this prompt with everybody. It's available on my Substack, and I'm very happy to share the link with everybody. But once you do that, and you've harvested your top hits, posts, emails, it could be almost anything, then you get a very tight prompt that you can then use on autopilot when it comes to generating content. As you can see, it's picked up all of my kind of signature stuff that I like to do, such as I don't really like rhetorical questions or overuse of uncertainties like maybe, might, perhaps, etc.
Yeah.
It's literally captured my DNA in one output.
So for your deep research, is this text you use for the prompt?
For the deep research, I do ask it to find out as much information about me, and then I do provide this text on the right saying like, I want to find out this information. But this stage here, that is a separate prompt after you've uploaded your best new pieces of content, because then it will give you a prompt that you can use to generate more of that content. And don't worry, because all of my my newsletters were written by AI, but so it's not 100% written from scratch by a human, but it's definitely the best work that I've put out there. And yeah, will save you a ton of time when it comes to doing it again. So once you have the curate, the context stage done, now it's time to heat with AI. It's time to get that dish cooking. And this is quite simple, but one of my favorite features of AI is the project feature, which ChatGPT has it, Claude has it, NotebookLM's a version of it as well. Even Perplexity has a spaces feature. And I'm so surprised how many people don't use projects. I'd love to hear from the audience if they've used it before, because I've asked, and in a room full of people, and 99% of people had never created a project, which really surprised me, because GPTs used to be all the rage. People loved them, but now I think projects are the way to go. One, because the memory compounds. What you tell a GPT yesterday, it'll forget. Whereas with a project, it keeps building up that contextual memory over time. So what you want to do is take your reversed engineered prompt and put it into your project instructions, plus the examples that you use to reverse engineer it. And then once that's in place, then you literally have an AI-powered content machine ready to go.
Great, and people are using project and loving it. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Okay, it's good to know that people are more advanced than most people I asked around 6 months ago. So yeah, it's definitely the #1 feature to use. And now you can share projects, which is really cool. Before you can share them, they just lived on your account. So I don't see why we need GPTs anymore, apart from for viral lead magnets, which people on LinkedIn love to do. So yeah, now we have the AI-powered machine, we can generate the first draft. Because once we've cooked the dish and started to heat it up, it's time to enhance it with flavor. And this is like with anything AI, it gets you 80% of the way there, but you obviously need to sprinkle in your unique touch and seasoning and flavors and insights. because AI doesn't remember that we had this conversation, this webinar just now, does it? So there's always an opportunity to make it your own and add more context. One of the favorite features that I love with ChatGPT is the Ask ChatGPT feature, especially when writing newsletters, for example, or LinkedIn posts. Instead of asking AI to generate the entire thing again, where I find quality does drop, you can simply highlight a section and then use voice to text and say, actually, let's talk about this instead. And yeah, this is one of my favorite ways to refine the outputs without the quality dropping, just by prompting it to do it all over again. And then, yeah, this is enhancing with flavor. I mean, I personally don't edit the words that much. For me personally, it's just the formatting a lot of the time, especially on LinkedIn. The LinkedIn format is very strange, very staircase style. And that's what I always try to do, but it depends on your preference here. So yeah, once it's enhanced with flavor, then it sounds like we're cooking up a nice, tasty dish. But
yeah, sometimes people are talking more about cooking than like same as say, oh, I'm hungry now.
Of course. No, I mean, this whole presentation is very revolved around food, so I might have to have a bite to eat afterwards. Because now it's time to talk about the SPICE framework, which again is looking at the same post I shared at the start about leaving my 9 to 5, but it's broken it down into sections. Basically, it's important to share some context at the start. Then you want to agitate with the problem. Then what changed? What was the intervention? How did you solve it? And then the actual outcome or insight. And then finally, the evidence. You know, it's all well and good posting content, but if you haven't got any proof that actually happened, then people aren't going to trust you. Yeah, people won't want to buy your services and work with you. So that's a framework that I like to keep in mind, and I feel like it really complements the chef framework overall. There's many different ones you could use, you know, Ada, BAB, PASS, for example, but SPICE is a nice and easy one to keep in mind. Because now we've cooked up that yummy dish and we're ready to serve it to the community. We're ready to post it onto LinkedIn. Finally, we've got a nice bit of high performing content, but your post won't do well unless you actually feed the community. So what I mean by that is it's not just posting and ghosting, which I did for many months. And I'm sure most of you know you shouldn't do that. But in case you didn't, you should be, you know, engaging with other people, building relationships, and doing as many comments on ICP, peers, people in the same niche as you as possible. And one thing that people have complimented me a lot on is my pinned comments, which are essentially like another little insight that you add under your LinkedIn post, which basically doesn't fit into the caption. And I like to bring people into my world and show them what's actually happening real time. You know, a week ago, I left a pinned comment saying, sorry, I'm late. I was replying to my DMs and, you know, I'm off doing this today. And people really love it because it proves that it's actually me. It's actually Charlie here. You know, I'm not just outsourcing my entire LinkedIn to AI or a virtual assistant. Because I know people on LinkedIn who have got huge followings, but because it doesn't feel like them, therefore they get weak engagement. Versus someone like me, I get very strong engagement because people actually feel like it's me. And yeah, I've got a little GPT that can help you make these pinned comments. And I love to add a real image of me or sometimes an AI generated image because my camera roll can only go so far. And one final tip that I have here is just the DMs. So not in a salesy way, but just reaching out to people and saying like, by the way, how are you doing? I love what you're building, and just starting a genuine conversation, because that can go a long way in kind of building that reciprocal engagement flywheel with other people. They'll notice you, they'll see your content, and they'll think, how can I support this person? It's like the law of reciprocity here. And yeah, it's something not so AI related here, but it's so important when it comes to posting on social media.
Yeah, and it's absolutely this type of action which will legitimate that you talk about community and not audience, like community and not fan base, because there is real interaction with you, actual you, and the more you will have engagers, the more you will also fill your future pipeline. So that's
Mhm.
also a good way to start. Within the comments, it's the good start, I think, to then nourish by a nurturing sequence by email or by LinkedIn DM.
Hmm. Yes, no, definitely. And ultimately, the more kind of relationships you can build, the more engagement you're going to have, and the more your
Exactly.
content's going to be distributed to your ideal customer profile. So it's definitely an underlooked hack, I'd say, when it comes to posting to LinkedIn. So yeah, that's the chef framework. Keep it in mind, and keep cooking up that spicy, tasty AI content. Um,
That's great. Just one question. Do you need to be in Canvas mode to use Ask ChatGPT? This is a question from Denai.
no, you don't. Regular chat does the job.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Awesome.
Um, I will share the screen. Okay.
Let me
Um,
ooh,
yeah,
stop.
here we
There we go.
go.
Done it.
And Chrome tab. Window. Let me just check this. Here we go. And where is it? It's here. Okay. So sorry about that. Um, I don't know why I can't have different window with that. Sorry, guys. Let me check just one sec, please. Okay. I will do that like this. So, guys, we will talk about how setting up a nurturing campaign based on this engagement that you had on your great LinkedIn content. Here we go. Um, so, and now it worked. Great, thanks for waiting. So yeah, inbound, we're just talk about inbound, right? And is to drive more pipeline and have drive some business opportunities. You can merge inbound strategies with outbound strategies, like prospecting strategies, which is all bound. This is a keyword that we see more and more often on the prospecting, sales, and even GTM ecosystem. Do you hear me? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And maybe I will not do this slideshow because sometimes I don't see you guys. First, we will talk about segmentation. There is 3 steps: segmentation, the sequence in itself, and the copywriting inside this sequence. So first, segmentation. Let's talk about segmentation. Um, so um, you just created a lot of content on LinkedIn thanks to the chef framework of Charlie, and then you want to capitalize, to use, to scrap, to export all the people who share an interest with you, with your lead magnets, with your contents, with your frameworks, with your routine tips. And in La Growth Machine, which is a sales automation tool, you do have this import people section feature that gives you the opportunity to export anyone who comments any post, yours, but also your competitors' one, or everyone who liked any post, or everyone who registered to any LinkedIn event, or anyone who follow your company page. Just for this session, we do have um, a discount to test this feature, and I will add it to the, here we go. Oh, not like this, sorry, later, and you can see it here. So don't hesitate to use this little link to have 1 month free to test this feature. I just put it in the chat. And so, yeah, on LinkedIn, you will export all these signals, and then you will have a smaller audience, but much more segmented and warmed, and you will reach them at the right time because they just share with you an interest, a signal interest with your content, and you will also tailor your copywriting thanks to this context, which is the interaction with your content. So, step two, the workflow. What is the workflow? There is no like unique workflow, magical workflow, but I like this one because it's multi-channel. It's a multi-channel workflow, and in La Growth Machine you can customize your sequence like this. And for example, here we start with an email because we enrich the data. So then just after having imported all the people who comment your posts, for example, who ask for your lead magnet, then you can enrich the data and so identify their email, and you can start by an email. But your email can also be a follow-up. It's like you prefer. But here, for example, you can start by sending an email, just introducing the resource, giving a little outline, etc. I will deep dive in the copywriting just after. Then, if I zoom a little bit, you will do a follow-up also on LinkedIn. You will ask yourself to the La Growth Machine, is it a contact or not yet? So if it's not a contact, you will add him in as a relation. You will, of course, wait a little bit, and then you will send them the message. And if he's already a contact, you can also send a message directly. Two follow-ups on this stage we will see in the copywriting, and then you can customize even more your copywriting. You have custom attributes on La Growth Machine, which gives you the ability to like saying, oh, I just see that you you just registered to a webinar, or it was so happy to have you during the last session, or thank you for your super comments on my last lead magnet, for example. Like you can, for any lead, have different custom attributes. And then why not a last try to maybe push another item, another session, another lead magnet, or why not to book a call. So here we go, the copywriting. Just before I will just look at the question. Have to leave for a customer. Okay. The copywriting. So now that you have the mechanism of the workflow, let's deep dive in the copywriting. So the first email could be, hey, following up your requests for this resource, and I'm doubling down with an email. The tool or the resource or the lead magnet or the guide is available here, or don't forget to duplicate the Google Sheet, etc. And of course, you can say that every week I'm sharing this kind of free tool or resources, etc. Then on LinkedIn, so it's this step, the first message and the second one message. You can say, hey, here we go. Here the tool or the resources you asked on your by comments. Don't forget to duplicate the Google Sheet, etc. You can also offer like a promo or discount or added value thing. And you can do another follow-up also with this. So the first one is this one, and the follow-up is this one. So important to follow up on both channel, use email and use LinkedIn. You will multiply the chance to reach your lead. Then the LinkedIn follow-up based on customer attribute condition. So as I told you, the hyper customization of your company's possible through custom attributes. It's variable, but variable more customized than just first name or location, or like it's not just variable linked to enrichment. It's custom attribute based on additional data that have on these leads. In this particular case, you can add some phrases like, so you came back on the webinar yesterday, so can you see we make the same lame jokes, or how's life treating you, or sorry again for the delay, etc. And as you can see, if the lead is someone that has not custom attribute, then it will be something more generic, like, oh, hope all this lead magnet was useful for you. And then last try on LinkedIn, this is the last one message. You can open the conversation on, so what do you think, what did you think about the tool, useful, and I think that other content can be interested for you. This one, for example, you also can ask for any pain they have, etc. Like, this is your last try. And voila, you have everything to create inbound strategies built on a trustful profile, LinkedIn, and content creation. And then you can plug it on an outbound strategy to have more pipe drive and business opportunities. And I go again on the chat to see if there is any question. Don't be shy. No question. Did you already try this kind of strategy, all-bound strategies? Charlie, did you try it?
All bound. So for me, I very much, I leverage the warm intent signals. But the bit I find the hardest is the copywriting, like knowing what to say without coming across too salesy. Because I'm sure we've all seen it on LinkedIn, just a pitch slap, and you're just like, oh, what?
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah, I find that's the most success. I haven't explored email so much, but yeah, inbound, outbound, winning formula.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't mention it, but I think on LinkedIn, to not be too salesy, a good way could be to merge LinkedIn Voice as a follow-up, maybe. And also, we do have a little chat mode feature, which is one of my favorite feature at La Growth Machine, which is a feature that gives you the opportunity to split your big text on LinkedIn, the big DM, which is really salesy and don't feel like it's a human, and you can split it in different little messages, and I think you have 3-second delay, so it's really like mimicking human behavior, right? So I think a good combo on LinkedIn could be starting with a chat mode, 3 messages like, hey, how are you? Here is the resource. Maybe you can even like put an S, like a little grammar mistakes, but like a good one, not a silly one, and like 2F or something like that. And then the third one could be, hope you enjoyed it. I every week share other resources on my LinkedIn profile, for example. So this big first block on LinkedIn could be splitted, and then you can just send a little voice, LinkedIn voice, saying, "Hi, I don't know if you saw my last message. How was this tool or this resource?"
No, exactly. That's a similar process I've been following recently, working very well.
Yeah. Does La Growth Machine comply with LinkedIn community guidelines? Do you mean like restriction, etc.? So if it's this, yes, of course. safety is our priority, even more in these times. So here in the chat, I just gave you the, yeah, just so yeah, you will have everything in these pages. If I may contribute. So Rudy, I don't know if you used Lagrowth machine, but no user of Lagrowth machine has been flagged normally. I mean, we have a status internally, and yes, I feel so salesy at the time. Everything is a ton, Charlie. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the best ways to avoid it is to lead with value, like you're saying, Eloise. It's to offer a resource first. That's something
Yeah.
I've been deploying. I'm like, hey, I've got a guide for you. Are you interested? You're getting their opt-in first, so then they can say yes or no. And you're starting a conversation rather than being like, hi, I'm Charlie. I offer LinkedIn growth services. Do you want to book a call?
Yeah. Exactly. Lagrowth machine plus Apollo plus yeah. So if you have different tools plus extension, etc., it could be also problematic. About voices, I just think about one resource that can be super interesting for you guys to test. So we summed up 11 LinkedIn voice message scripts that worked. So could be also a good resource for you guys. And the chat mode. Here's the feature landing page that you can discover this little real chat mode feature. It's like toggle on off. You just write the big message, you toggle on, and it will split it in 3 messages. So 3 notification. So it's also good.
Yes, no, definitely. I can't be bothered to read any paragraphs in the LinkedIn DMs. That's for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah. We were really asking ourselves how mimic human behavior in a good way, in a legitimate way. Um, and guys, yeah, as I told you, you can, if you are interested in trying LGM and get it a shot, you can enjoy 1 free month. Also, maybe Charlie, if we want to like apply for a, a consultancy or every anything, can we just talk to you on LinkedIn, or do you have another link?
Yes, of course. I mean, LinkedIn, yeah, in the DMs, I'll get back to you. Or there's my website, which I'll paste in the chat now.
Nice. Perfect. Yeah, I love make.com. Yeah, we do have integration with Make in native integration. We also have integration with Clay. We have also integration with Zapier, with a lot of even SenseSpark to send some videos. I think I have here the integration page. Yes. So a lot of integrations. Yeah. Any question? All the recording of this session will be published on the Playground, which is our community platform. There is a webinar knowledge base recording section. Also, if it's okay for you, Charlie, I will put your presentation inside the recording page. Right.
Yeah, happy to.
Great. And yeah, do you want to add something, maybe, Charlie?
No, I mean, I think we covered quite a lot, to be honest, but that's ultimately all you need to win on LinkedIn. The only thing I think I missed was just knowing your ICP very granularly. That's something I neglected for a long time. And the more hyper-focused you can be, then the better your writing, the better your outreach is going to be. So that's all.
Yeah, maybe about that. How did you, because we say in French, choisir c'est refuser, which means to make a choice is it's not doing a choice, like it's so how did you choose your angle, your audience, your ICP? Like maybe you will have several targets. How do you manage your editorial line aligned to your ICP?
Sure. I mean, for me, it was all through personal discovery. After like 6 months to a year of posting on LinkedIn, I was like, that's my ICP. It's founders, CEOs, of companies generating a certain amount of revenue. And that was all through trial and error for me personally. I mean, if you've got a pre-established business, you've probably got a clearer idea of who you're targeting. But for me, to be honest, I focus a lot on top of the funnel content, just going for broad appeal and trying to get as much engagement, followers, impressions as possible. Because I find that then it just makes the net wider when I want to do something more middle of the funnel or bottom of the funnel. So that's what I focus on. But some people only have a few thousand followers and they just do conversion, and that's it. They're happy because they convert. Whereas for me, I just want a big following and more opportunities that come with it.
Yeah. I think I don't know here in the audience if you are more CEO, creators, or sales in a company, but this is quite difficult to make this choice. Thanks, guys. To choose is to give up. Yeah, of course.
Chooses to give up.
Yeah.
I need to Google that afterwards.
Yeah, you choose A, you give a B. You have to give.
Oh, it's like opportunity cost. I see.
Yeah, exactly. So in French, Caroline say, "Hi, Eloise. I was looking for an application for voice. I didn't know LGM did that. I can't wait to test it. Oh yeah. So guys, I didn't tell you because I don't want to be confusing, but voice is really good to stand out in the DM, because a lot of people use textual DM for their prospecting approach, but I think voice are less used. And within La Growth Machine, you have the option, it's an option to toggle on the AI cloning voice. So the system is, I can even, if we have a little time, I can even do a little demo. Let me just share the screen.
Yeah, that's definitely one thing people love when I send them a voice note. They're like, "Wow, oh hi Charlie, it's you."
Yes, the Hey Charlie is like, yeah. So here we are in our campaign. You can create a campaign there. You have a different setup campaign, but also you can build a campaign from scratch. But from people who like doesn't know how to begin, you can just use our first our templates. And if I go in the voice message, like here, I can toggle on the voice one. Do you see my screen, guys?
Yes.
Yes, perfect. And I will say, oh, for example, hey, first name. I first record the rest of the message. Like, let's go. I don't know if you saw my last message, but I think this resource is absolutely aligned with all your challenges. And I can't wait to have your feedback on this. Bye. So I didn't say, hey, something. I just like right away. And then this message will help the tool generating a voice that is similar to mine. And it will add, hey, Martin, I don't know if you saw my, hey, Richard, I don't know if you saw my, hey, Charlie, I don't know if you saw my resource, etc. So yeah, I don't know if you will have the opportunity.
Hey, Emmanuel.
I don't know if you saw my last message, but I think this resource, so that's optional. You can use it and test it, but it's a really good way to engage. And now that I'm here, yes, as I told you, you can like type your message here, I think, and activate test. So hi, first name, how are you? Did you see my last resources? Here's the link, for example, but like it's not the super, my copywriting is not super, but and if you save it and you have the preview here, it will be splitted in different messages. Preview maybe. Anonymity. Yeah. Okay, I have to add my audience, but yeah, this one will be, let's say, 4 messages. So yeah, and I will come back on the session to
Yeah,
see if
there's a
there
few
is.
questions by the looks of it.
Okay, okay. So how much for the option? It's inside one of our pricing. The pricing page is there, and again, you have with the special link of Charlie, you can test it. Here we go. Um, um, do we need to use Sales Navigator with LGM? So for segmentation, I think Sales Navigator offer filters that will be super useful to precise your segmentation. But we do have the LGM database, which is the Sales Navigator database, but with less filter than Sales Navigator. But if you want to start, you can use LGM database to build your list with segmentation based on ICP, ICP and persona. But yes, the majority of our user has a Sales Navigator license, but it's not obligatory. Yeah, mandatory. Okay, okay. I think that's all. Would you love? Yeah, 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 yeah. So on the playground, you will have all the recording, the presentation, etc. I will give you now the exact page here, the playground, which is our community. Okay. Thank you very much, Guillaume, for your 3 hearts. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much, Charlie, for all your insights, frameworks, and sharings. And it was super insightful. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
No, likewise, Eloise. Thanks so much for having me. And yeah, really appreciate it. And I hope everyone got immense value from today's presentation.
Great. So thank you guys for all your questions. You gave also interaction to this session, and happy to help if you need. And I'm on the playground. Charlie is on LinkedIn. So yeah. Thank you very much, guys, and see you in a while. Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.